I'm your host, Jim Andre, and we're here with Tiffany's Tarot. Tiffany's going to be giving some free readings to the viewers who would like to have one. How's it going, Tiff?
It's going really good. I just celebrated my birthday and I had lots of fun.
Yeah, I
So,
wished you a happy birthday. I didn't forget.
yes, thank you very much,
You're
Jim.
welcome. I hope you enjoyed your day.
I sure did.
That's good. Let's see what we have in the comment section. Oh, I wonder where that come from.
And if this is your first time joining us, my name is Tiffany. If you would like a general reading, you can just put an oracle, or if you would like a tarot, just put tarot. And if you would like to be more in depth about your situation, just put in the comments about your situation. And I would be more than happy to look into it. And as always, it's always free of charge. I never charge. Thank you for joining us.
Hello from Ghost House Paranormal. That must be Marianne. It says
Hi,
Facebook
Marianne.
user. Yeah, it's strange the way some of the names, the identities show and others don't.
I think it might be the Facebook algorithm too.
Well, I think there's actually on the event um, post where you post the event, there's a actually a link they can go on there and click a link so that Facebook is allowed to use their name when they're messaging.
Oh, okay.
Okay, would love a reading, Tiffany Reynolds. I'm assuming that's Marianne.
Sure. Okay. So, Marianne, I have Dark Moon, maturation, growing up, introspection, and knowing thyself. So, Dark Moon means having, you know, dark phases of the moon or dark moments in your life where everything is going good and then something happens, or you get reminded of something, and I remember you get a memory of something in memory lane that you don't want to be reminded of. It was in the past, but maybe it's something you don't want to talk about because it was very hard. And maybe it's something you don't want to share with other people, or it could be about yourself. But also with this, it means getting to know yourself. Sometimes we go through things in our life that makes us pretty much question everything in our life, that everything's going good. And then we get points in our life to where, okay, well, I'm good at this and I'm good at that. However, I'm more curious about fixing this part of myself and that part of myself. And maybe if I explored a little bit of this about what if I um, went down this path, where would this take me? If I followed this career path or this passion or this interest. But also, if you're somebody that's interested, because I know that you are interested in the paranormal, knowing thyself means getting to know more interest in the paranormal field, knowing that there's different fields and different aspects than what you're just told of. Go seeing the spookies, the ghosts, and going to haunted locations, because there is literally different ways with working with the paranormal, and it's just more than just working with the other side. And there's different ways to help people bringing that gap between the other side to other people that need that closure and that relief, if that makes sense. Child of the moon, forgiveness and transcending the ego. So this means like going back to being like a child again. Maybe there was something in your childhood that you always wanted to do, a dream, and being refocusing on that again, but also with this having to forgive someone or a situation for the way it had occurred and just letting it go because it may be something that it's holding you back. And once you let it go, it's a big burden that is lifted off your shoulders. The Grail Fairy, fertility, the return of life, health, and life cycles. So you may be focusing on relationships with friends and family, but also paying attention to your health or the health of others. Maybe there's somebody around you that's maybe complaining to you about health problems, but also you may receive news about loved ones around you being about a mother or grandmother soon. And with this, life cycles, it could also be talking about relationships. So trying to get in a relationship, um, in the love department, but also relationships that you have with your loved ones, whether it's friends or your family members that are around you, trying to improve them in a way. But also, if it's not improving, ending a relationship with somebody because maybe you feel like you're on a merry-go-round and it tends to really go nowhere. So it can be different ones. No babies, please. So yeah, it doesn't always mean a baby. It can mean all kinds of different things. It doesn't always mean a baby. Snail's pace, slow down, grounding, listening for the heartbeat of the earth, settled energies. So snail's pace, we all know that snails take their time getting they'll eventually get to their destination. It just takes a long time because they get distracted. They want to go see this flower, they want to go visit this rock and everything. So she's looking at this snail, right? She's trying to encourage him, and of course he's going to take his time there. With this card also, it means pay attention to your surroundings because maybe you're trying to do multitasking. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do that, and then you get distracted because you're like, okay, I was here to do something and then I forgot what I was going to do. Or you have a goal and then you get distracted because you want to do 50 other million things and then you kind of forget what you were going to do or what you have in store for yourself. Once was innocent, knowledge means change. So having knowledge or gaining knowledge about a particular subject can mean life changes, or there's something that's calling out to you that you want to gather more information about, but also gathering information about another individual that maybe you didn't know too much about, maybe revealed to you. And the more that you're familiar about this person or the situation that happened, it may change your perspective on this person or situation. It may be enlightening to you. The last one is Gossamer Princess, communication, relationship work to be done. So communication is key. We get a lot of communication from people, but also sometimes we are the people that needs to practice our communication skills. So sometimes we try to communicate with people through one way, but words and actions um, can be difficult or lost in translation. What is that game that we do? Banana, I think it's called Banana Phone, where you tell one person one thing and then you tell that person, well, can you tell this person for me? This is what I said, and that other person may say something else, and then over time, by the time it gets to the other person, the communication and the message has been so scrambled up, it's hard to really understand what the original message was. So sometimes communication, that's what it can mean, but also somebody's wanting to communicate with you about something very big. And then relationship work. So relationship work can mean relationships with loved ones, with family members, or coworkers wanting to improve on something. And then at the bottom of the deck, I have shimmer, glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. So somebody may be giving off a glamorous or very confidence, or somebody wants to appear very confident. They got everything under control. Um, and then the last one is allure. So maybe somebody on the outside, they seem this way, but on the inside, they may want to hide the fact that they don't have it all together. So that's what I have for you.
I'm sorry, Tiff, my mic was muted again.
It's okay.
All right. Next we have Mike Scott. Says, hi, Tiffany. Thanks for being here today. Could you use your tarot cards to tell me anything about future employment? Thanks.
Next. Okay. So future tense. Future tense for employment. Judgment. Clarify judgment. Three of Pentacles. And one more with the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So, Mick, I have the Judgment card. So, Judgment means that I don't know if maybe this was a past employer with you where maybe you felt that something had happened in the past where there was a wrongful judgment, um, that maybe there was a wrongful termination, maybe there was a lot of drama, but something led to a lot, or maybe feeling judged a lot. But also with this, maybe after there was something had happened where there was a lot of drama, discrimination, or whatever it was at your previous job. With judgment coming out in the future tense, this means that you will be given a better opportunity somewhere else because this is karma from walking away from something that no longer served you, if that makes sense. With that came out the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles means that somebody may be offering to want to work on a collaboration with you. So you're asking for employment. So somebody may be coming out to offer you some kind of work offer. And they may be willing to work with you on your situation. So they're building this church together. So this is a group of people. So in this case, somebody's going to be trying to want to collab with you. And they may hear you out on your story when somebody else in the past may have been very judgmental. And especially with the hiring process, you do have a lot of companies that unfortunately, when they're looking at people, they get very judgmental. And especially if you have employment gaps or you know how it is. It can be very hard. But with the Three of Pentacles, you may come across an individual that may be more interested in how they can help you in some way to reach your goal of you being employed. They're more curious about you as an individual instead of asking more about the financial and your other parts of it. With the Six of Cups, it could be somebody that you know. It could be somebody like a past coworker, could be a friend, or it could be a loved one that may be offering this opportunity, or somebody that you knew, maybe in whether it's a school, college, university, or somebody that you already know you had some kind of childhood with, or you have some kind of previous relationship with. But this is somebody, and if you don't know anybody like that, this could be somebody that will treat you very kindly and respectfully, like a friend. And this is somebody that is going to be more interested in about how they can help you. Um, and then with the last card is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the biggest one. This is like the God-given opportunity. So somebody is definitely going to offer you an opportunity with a job, definitely in the future. And it may surprise you, but it's going to be definitely something when you least expect it. And it may be feeling like a miracle that was given divinely to you, especially after maybe you feel like you've had some hiccups in your life, and this is going to be the one. So that's what I have for you, Mick. Nina. Hi, can I have a couple of cards, please? Thank you. I am Nina. Okay, Rena. Okay, so what I have for you, very encouraging things. You're welcome. Hello. Okay, so Nina, I have the Frog Prince. This is my fairy tale deck with intimacy. So you may know somebody that you are very intimate with, or somebody wants to be intimate with you. It could be a frog prince. Maybe this person is a frog prince. This is usually in the fairy tale. The princess, um, not the Disney version, the original fairy tale version. Um, she was a princess, and she promised the frog that her if this frog gets her golden ball, that she will kiss him, and that she will open the door so that he will be able to live in the golden castle and yada yada, if as long as he is able to do this and that for her. But when he actually does that for her, she really doesn't want anything to do with him until she actually finds out that when he keeps asking for this kiss, he actually is a prince and he actually has a throne. He's actually a king and he has a kingdom and everything. So with the intimacy card, um, You could be dealing with somebody that maybe you have feelings for, or it's like a one-sided relationship. It's like a friend zone relationship, I guess. Somebody has feelings and the other person's like, yeah, that's great. But I'm not sure about that. Or like somebody's very making themselves known, they're giving passes. But the other person's like, yeah, I don't know about that. The wild swans, dedication. So somebody may be really dedicated to some kind of focus. It could be like a career, could be a university or a school, but also with dedication. Somebody could be seriously dedicated to the other person without the other person realizing it, and the other person doesn't is not aware of it. The juniper tree, deception. So there may be some kind of deception going on. Maybe somebody tries to appear as very innocent on the outside, but on the inside with this card, there's like a war of the wars, world of the wars going on. There's a lot of death and skulls and stuff. So somebody may have like two different sides to themselves that they don't really share with the other person, or somebody is very secretive about their hidden motivations, um, or somebody has a dark side that could be someone that you know, or vice versa. What came of picking flowers? And this is greed. So it could be somebody that is very greedy, motivated only by money or material things. So, with that and deception, somebody may be trying to rush in a relationship or something. With the intimacy card, they may be motivated by financial or some kind of materialism. Um, Or if it's not a romantic interest, it could be somebody you know personally, like a loved one or a friend, that maybe you're not um, romantically involved with, but it's just somebody you know in general that is always telling you, well, I need to, be on it with the money. Or it's like every conversation that you have, it's always about money based things. I also have the Rumpelstiltskin card with secrets. So somebody tends to hold back with a lot of secrets, or they have a lot of secret agendas. So with this fairy tale, there was a troll in there, and the troll actually kept this maiden in his castle to make clothes, and he would make the clothes out of her fine golden hair and thread it. And once he figured out how to get out of the little castle, he wasn't able to keep up his little facade and deceiving people anymore. There's the Sleeping Beauty awakening. So somebody might be becoming aware or catching on to somebody's deceptiveness, but also awakening can also mean that being aware of what's going on in your I guess you could say peripherals. So in your surroundings as it is, could be like in your own vision right here of what's going on. So if like you're in a library, paying attention to your surroundings. Goldilocks, entitlement. So somebody may feel entitled to something, and entitlement can be either good or bad. So that's something you may need to watch out for. Puss in Boots, wit. This person can also be very witty, or somebody is very witty and knows how to outsmart the other person, and they may sometimes come off as a copycat sometimes. The last one I have at the bottom is Red Riding Hood, rites of passage. So somebody was able to see past the wolf and they were able to hopefully get out of the situation, because they're now starting to realize that they may be dealing with the wolf in sheep's clothing and somebody's able to get out. So that's what I have for you.
Okay, Tiff. Mick Scott said very encouraging. Thanks, Tiffany.
You're welcome, Mick.
And Kevin Layfield says hello, new here.
Hello,
And
Kevin.
he's also asking, can I have some help? Kevin, is there a general question you would like to ask? I don't know if he's got a particular question, Tiffany, or whether you just want to give him a general reading. I don't know.
Yeah, I can do a general.
Yeah, if the question comes up, I'll post it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try this deck. Okay. So, Kevin. Okay, so between work and love interest, I find it hard to feel wondering if it's easy getting so bad lately. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna have to get a different deck for you. Okay. So you have two different things going on. So work and a love interest. It's been going crazy. Okay, so I'm going to use my tarot deck in that case. So tell us about Kevin's situation. Tell us about Kevin's situation. Tell us about Kevin's situation. One. Nine of Cups. And okay, so this is present. So tell us about the future then. Tell us about the future outcome of this. Judgment. And Nine of Cups. Okay, so for the current, I have King of Wands, which is you, somebody that is very passionate about your love life and about your job, right? But you're also conflicted about the two because this is somebody that is, when they're dedicated to something, they are very serious about it. So whether it's about the person that they love or it's about their job. With the Nine of Cups, this means being content with themselves, but not really doing much about it, but just like sitting in the present, but not really doing anything or going anywhere. They're just sitting right there. I have the death card. So this usually represents the Scorpio. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. What this literally means is that you may feel like you may be at the end of your bridges. You may feel like things are on a decline, the death of a situation, or you don't know how to further invest in something to keep something alive. It doesn't always have to mean a physical death, but it means also in relationships, how to keep it going because it feels like it's at a standstill. So might as well have the Grim Reaper come in and just say that it's dead because it's not really going anywhere. But also, maybe the person that you're dealing with, maybe you feel like, okay, well, I'm trying, but this other person doesn't really do much. So I'm putting in a lot of effort, but it's kind of like a dead end because the more that I try, the other person is barely putting in the least minimum. So it's kind of going to a dead end situation as it is. And then with the lovers, this is usually represents Gemini since we are in Gemini season. So usually with the lovers, this is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra card. You might be dealing with a Gemini, or you may have some Gemini in your chart somewhere. With this, usually with Geminis, if they get bored very easily, they will try to get out of a relationship, try to end it, or start focusing on other things and like try to terminate their relationships with friends and family to try to move on to newer choices in life, whether it's a new passion, new career, new lover, or just something because it's like an escape route for them. And they tend to do this a lot. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but that's a majority of them tend to do that. And they usually will stop talking to the person. That's like one of the biggest red flags. Like they will stop talking to the other person, or they do like this awkward silent treatment, which is not good. I mean, you have to practice communication skills, but a lot of them tend to do that. So in the future, I have the Judgment card. So you may be trying to revive something, or you're really trying to revive something, whether it's trying to reroute your relationship or trying to make a decision between the two because something has to give. But with the Page of Wands in the reversal, it might be your passion in something. Yes. So the Page of Wands means somebody is not really wanting to communicate. And he said that, yeah, somebody is not really wanting to communicate. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, somebody may not be really wanting to put in effort or time, as I said before, because they're not interested in keeping the relationship going. They're more interested in probably something else. And then I have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So with the relationship and the awkward silence, it's going to put a strain on you financially because it's going to mess with your emotions. And usually, when you love somebody, emotions are very powerful. And then when you have to go to work the next day, you have an argument, those words, those little fights, they can impact you at work, and it can impact your money because it's like a big old, it affects everything in your life. So, um, with this individual, I'm honestly already seeing there might not be a willingness to continue. Somebody is going to feel left out in the dark. Somebody, I don't know if somebody's a drinker, but somebody may be worried about an lost opportunity with somebody else, and maybe that's why they're like in the hermit mode, kind of, but mourning for a fantasy land somewhere else. Or this can be you in the future because the other person has left the building if they decide that they choose to move on. With the Eight of Swords, it may be out of surprise, it may be out of shock, and it may have you feel conflicted in your head, or somebody feels conflicted about something. Could be the other person that you're dealing with. Maybe that person has a lot of stuff they're not telling you. That's why they are in the silence, because they live in their head and they have regrets about someone or something in the distant past. It is an Aquarius. This is your Aquarius card. It might have something to do with a Capricorn. This is a devil. Um, but also with this could also mean that this could be like a love triangle, something of that nature. There's something that is not right with this relationship. So somebody may feel bound in some way to their finances, in a bizarre love triangle. He loves me, but I don't love him that much. I love somebody else. So it's not really good for anybody because at the end of the day, it doesn't really serve anybody. So it's up to you if you want to deal with this person, because there's choices to be made. But somebody may be reminiscing about the past, and when they tend to go silent, usually they're at that point where they don't want to work on something and they're about to exit the building. So that's what I have for you, Kevin.
Okay, Tiff. I'm gonna have to let you address this one here. Uh, is she a witch? Sure looks like it. If so, I'll be moving on. No, thank you.
Well, tarot is involved with witchcraft, so yes,
I don't believe you're a witch, are you, Tiff?
I'm a white witch, yes,
Or a white witch? Okay. Well, that would make sense to me. There's good and bad in all things, right?
yes,
There's positive and negative.
yeah. Just because somebody wears a witch's hat doesn't mean that they're evil. I've had people in my family that would bless people's houses and they are considered witches, but that doesn't make them evil.
I don't see any more requests for readings. I guess anybody who has the ability to do readings is some form of magic and or psychic ability, right?
Yeah, they have they
Yeah.
they
So I
have
mean,
they have somebody that does witchcraft in their family bloodline. That's why I'm saying it's a natural gift. Doesn't make that person bad.
Yeah, I guess it isn't what you do with your ability, it's what the intent is, you know.
Yeah. Every person can choose good or evil, but I choose to do it for good.
It's just the realm we live in. We have a positive and a negative, right? We can't have one without the other.
Yeah, I think so. You still have a lot of people, I think, that still believe like medieval times,
Huh?
fortunately. And then me having red hair, well, that's considered evil. But a lot of people from Ireland have red hair. Just because you have red hair doesn't make you evil. Just because you have freckles doesn't make you evil either.
I think Irish are more quick tempered, basically. I wouldn't say evil,
Yeah. But
but
you see what I'm saying? If you have blue eyes, does it make you evil? No. It's just really silly.
and the comment that Kevin Layfield left was O.
Yeah.
Oh, we got about another 17 minutes. Anything else you want to say on the subject as far as card reading and witchery and things like that?
Well, I mean, when we're talking about tarot, whether it's tarot or oracle cards, we're using the ability to call what the Irish people call the gift or the sight. That's what it was called back then. Today, we just call it tarot or
Yeah,
oracle.
well, like years ago, hundreds of years ago, when they burnt witches at the stake, if they were doing something like you're doing now, they would be considered automatically a witch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So anybody that has the ability to do this type of phenomenon, you know, are you going to say they're all evil? I wouldn't say that. I would just say that
they
it
were
all depends on the
misunderstood.
individual and their intent, right?
Yeah, I think what society needs to understand is that we were highly misunderstood. We have a lot of people that come to us for help, whether it was medicines, advice, counsel, something of that nature, getting rid of banishing evil spirits, something that they needed help with. But you had people in religious institutions that got rid of innocent people for trying to help innocent people. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to connect the ability with witchery, I mean, you'd have to
yeah,
think that whoever has the ability is a witch, and that isn't so, right?
yeah. But I mean, every person,
Or an evil witch.
yeah, every person can do good or bad. I mean, you don't have to be a witch. Every person, every human is capable of good or evil. Then that's demonstrated every day.
Yeah, and it seems the way the world is today that it's tipping the scale more to evil than anything else.
Yeah. So me with me wearing a witch hat is nothing compared to, what's going on in this world. There's a lot
Right.
of evil.
Yeah, we're in for a great reset somewhere down the road.
Yeah, and
And I don't
that's
think
more
it's gonna.
spookier. That is
Yeah,
more spookier than a witch's hat or a
and
broomstick. That's all I gotta say.
I don't think it's gonna be quite subtle.
Yeah,
Because if the world, if we keep going the way we're going, it's got to come to a head.
yeah.
We're the only species that has the ability to destroy the whole planet. You know, we're
Or
the
we
more,
can,
we're the most intelligent, and we're the most lethal, all at the same time.
or we can choose to change and reset ourselves and fix what we have destroyed.
Well, that's easier said than done.
Yeah,
There's a small percentage of individuals that control the masses, and the only way that the power lies with the masses. But the only way that you can flex a muscle with the masses is if we unite together as a collective.
yeah,
You know, that's the only way. But that's the problem. We don't. People just like turning their heads or existing within their little bubbles, and they're satisfied by doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that until their little bubbles burst, and by that time it's too late.
yeah.
Yeah, I think man's intelligence is his curse. Actually, really,
Just
you,
like
you, can-
the,
you can have a colony of a billion ants that get along together in perfect harmony within nature, no friction whatsoever amongst themselves, with a brain 1 millionth the size of man's.
yeah.
What's man's excuse?
I have no idea. They just always want to be right. Who's right? Who's wrong? I guess.
His downfall is his
Yeah,
ego. That's what his downfall is.
that is a big one. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
we
always
have
right. You're wrong.
we have Abigail Wright. Will me and my baby daddy Antonio ever end up in a romantic relationship?
Abigail. Oh, that's a pretty name, Abigail. So tell us about Abigail. Tell us about Abigail. Listen, minus Abigail. Minus one. Junior. Page cups. Two more. So that's two more. Down. One cup. Another cup. On a tower. Okay. So, Abigail, I have the Empress, which is representing you. So the Empress is usually a woman that is well defined. She has everything she needs in life. But also, this is somebody that is indeed a mother. I have the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be the person that you're inquiring about. This could also represent Taurus. So this may be somebody that takes their time, whether they're going to say that they're in a relationship, and it may take a bunch of years before they finally admit that they're going to be in a relationship with anybody. And they're very slow to act before they finally offer their pentacle or want to put their pentacle to finally get in a relationship. So I have the Three of Swords. So I don't know if you guys had some ups and downs in your life with you and this individual, that you guys had breakups, makeups, breakups, makeups. I don't know how your relationship is. Um, with the bottom of the deck, I also have the Tower. So that tells me that maybe there's definitely some ups and downs in your life with this individual. Could be like a roller coaster. Maybe things are good, and then things can be stressful, overwhelming, and maybe, I don't know, the person may be kind of hinting, well, maybe will we never get together. So from what I see with the cards, I see somebody constantly in and out of a relationship. And the reason I say that is because there's a Seven of Swords. So somebody is sneaking around. This is somebody that's very sneaky. So they may be sneaky with their finances, or sneaking around, or hiding secrets, or they're doing some emotional damage behind somebody's back with the Three of Swords here. It might cause a heartbreak. And with that, here's the Death card. So you may be dealing with the Scorpio. May cause a termination in a relationship, because somebody has the Two of Pentacles. So somebody is juggling over here. Could be juggling two choices, could be juggling two lovers. And that's what this sneaky behavior is. And when you get that information, it's going to break somebody's heart, especially when there's children involved. And that's why somebody is taking their time, because you may be wanting to get married, but somebody's not fully committed to that because somebody's in and out with that player energy. Does that make sense? So when you get that, you're going to get that truth and clarity that you finally, that confirmation that you needed to hear from the beginning, as painful as it is. But it's going to be the honest truth, and it may destroy everything that you had with this individual. All the years you thought you had with that person, you may find out this person's been around with other people. And all this person, all they can do is offer emotions and waterworks and their apologies. But with this fish here, you may find out that this person is with other women, and there may be other babies elsewhere. And then with the Knight of Wands, this is a player energy. So this is somebody that's in and out for a reason, but they're not committed to you. So you may get this intuition. That's why you're probably here, and that's why you're getting my intuition from me to answer your question, because something is going off in your heart and your mind with the high priestess. Something is telling you, why isn't this person um, taking me serious when I want to get married? And the reason is because something is telling you in your soul there's something not right. He does have other baby mamas and he's a straight dude. So everything resonates. Yeah. So when you find out, you just might end up being single. This is a Nine of Pentacles. You just might choose to be a single mother and just move on with your life with a Chariot. You're just going to be tired of the BS that he uses. Because I'm pretty sure everything that he's told you, he probably has used on all the other women. He's used it like a record. He takes everybody else serious though. He may be somebody that actually lives with, he may, so with the player, when they get that way, there was somebody that they were very serious about, but they had their heart broken, and then they decide that they want to break other people's hearts, as fucked up as that is. So this is somebody that probably had their heart broken before by somebody that they were serious about, and then they decide to grow up and turn around, and then they decide to break everybody else's heart. So they may like act like they're listening to you and take everything serious, but they live like complicated lives. It's hard to take them seriously though, because they tell the same lies to everybody, or they may tell different stories, because he may have told you this story to be with you, and then if you ask another person that he was with, she may tell you that he told me similar stories to what he told you, and then he may have added some other details, like a spider uses spider webs to get people entangled, and then you'll find out it's like a big spider web that just keeps going in the neighborhood. That's why this card comes out, because this person knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He breaks hearts in the process of doing it, though. So that's what I have for you, Abigail.
Okay, Yoda Divine says, good afternoon, everyone. How you doing?
Hi, Yoda.
Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Gail.
Hello.
Well, we're just about at the top of the hour. We got about 30 seconds left. So we're going to have to end the show, and we'll be here again, next Saturday. I'm sorry. It's Saturday, right, Tiff?
Yes,
4 p.m.
next day.
4
Yes.
p.m. Eastern. You can join us again, and we'll see you all on the next one.